Hi, and welcome to The Shit That Happens to Me, a podcast about life, love, and everything in between. I'm your host, Stacey Nye, psychologist, passionate storyteller, wife, mother, wannabe famous person. Now sit back and listen because I'm here to tell you about the shit that happens to me. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today for another episode of the Shit That Happens to Me podcast. I don't know what I'm saying. I have a very special guest with me today, Melissa Lang. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so happy that you're here today. And when I have a return guest, it's almost always back by popular demand. So
well, thanks.
I just love your... So you came on the show, I think you were like my fourth episode, most embarrassing stories. And you told that really funny story about being stuck outside in just like a towel after your shower and getting locked out.
Yes.
So that was
I'm
really
hoping today might be a little less embarrassing.
I mean, unless you're shopping naked, then it should be.
I mean, now with all virtual.
I know.
It's an option. It's lovely.
Right. So before we begin, I want to start with kind of a silly content warning, which is for all of the cis straight white men who might listen to my podcast. We're going to be talking about shopping. And so this episode might not interest you. It might, and then, hey, you're welcome to be here. But I know that like my husband would be the first one to be like, skip, not this one. Because we're doing a deep dive into shopping, aren't we?
A deep dive. I like it.
A deep dive. So, yeah, I've been wanting to talk about shopping for a while because I could talk about shopping forever.
Same.
But I think that you ran into Steve somewhere. And do you remember what happened?
Yes. So I ran into Steve. First of all, I don't even know if I should say this, but last night I got this thought in my head, like, did they bait me? Because Steve told me the most random story. And I only hope that I was baited. I'm a very naive, easily manipulated human. So yeah. I took it that I was baited. But I ran into Steve and he told me about your celebrity status as an extra on a movie. Yeah. And he was laughing at the fact that, of course, he knew ahead of time that it was going to entail you purchasing new coats for this outdoor extra spot that you had. And he kind of made it seem like he knew before you knew you were going to be ordering multiple coats to do a fashion show, to select said coat, to then go and have your spot. And to me, it resonated.
Yes.
It didn't seem crazy. I was like, and?
Yeah. And what's your point? Right. Well, so I'll start with that story.
Okay, good.
Because I forgot about it. How could I forget about it? So I probably talked about the fact that I was chosen, whatever that means, to be an extra in a movie that was being filmed here in Milwaukee back in February.
Do we know what movie it was?
Oh, yeah. The movie's called Corridor.
Okay.
And it's probably, I think they're still filming it. So I don't even know how I found it. I just like, someone put it maybe on one of the Murderino pages. And I was like, I want to be an extra. And I submitted like a headshot, which is like my professional picture. And thank God not a resume because I don't have any acting experience at all. But, and I just fit the bill, it was like middle-aged people like coming to work and you needed to look professional because all the filming was going to be outside. You could wear a coat. And the first thing I thought of was, well, I don't own a professional looking coat, which is ridiculous.
Opportunities.
Well, right. Because I own all kinds of coats. I own very dressy coats and I own warm coats, but I didn't own a like wool coat.
Yes.
But I was like, well, this is stupid. Like I'm an extra. I don't have any lines. I'm not even probably going to be in the final cut. right? And so I said to Steve, look at my coats. And I start showing him all my coats. And that was when he knew that I was going to have to buy a new coat.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
I think it was like he brought it up, like, you know, she's showing me these coats knowing that we both know she needs a new coat.
I don't know that I knew then, but he didn't help because he looked at my coats and went, no, you can't wear that coat. And I was like, oh. So yeah, so I bought many new coats.
Obviously.
Yes, and I'm going to get to that later on, but I bought many new coats and did find one new coat that I wore and looked very professional. Let me just say, I might have been the only person who was there being an extra who bought a new coat for the part.
I like to pretend that there's many of us around in this world, but maybe not.
So he told me that he saw you and told you the story, and you were like, yeah, what's the problem with that? And I went, I need to talk to Melissa about shopping now. So
I hope none of my secrets. You gave the warning to the men, so I'm hoping that my husband won't watch this because he doesn't need to know the details.
Well, okay, I'll tell you something else funny that happened. I was texting my friend Jill Plavnik, hi Jill, one day about, I said something like, I have more clothes and shit than anyone in the world should have. I have no business ever buying another thing. And I accidentally sent that text to Steve by mistake. And he did not think it was funny. Let's just say that. He was like, what does this mean? He thought it was very serious that I was, because of course I didn't stop buying.
No, it's a feeling and it passes and it's fine.
So are you one of those people that like sneak in your Amazon boxes and stuff?
Well, maybe a little bit. We have a Ring doorbell, so I get busted by the doorbell. The doorbell has the video camera. And typically during the day, during delivery hours, I am at work and my mother-in-law is here. Ellen, I love you. Hi, if you're watching, this is not insulting at all. Every so often, I will watch her receive one of my packages. And it's always, I love it because I'll hear the little, Henry, what did your mother buy now? Because she'll be bringing in this like monster stack.
Yeah.
And I tend to go through it maybe before my husband gets home, but he's kind of gotten numb to it. It's, you know, especially with COVID, I was not going to any stores. So it was a lot of packages coming in.
And, you know, that's one of the things I wanted to say is that I think this actually started before COVID, at least the online stuff.
Yeah.
Because I find that stores just don't have a lot of merchandise anymore. But in the past, you might go to, I was going to say Marshall Fields. That's how old I am. But you would like go to a department store and maybe try on, you know, I don't know, 20 pairs of shoes. You know, like you need a pair of black shoes and you try on 20 pairs of black shoes. And maybe you find a pair and maybe you don't. But, you know, they just don't stock what they used to because people are going online. So if you need a pair of black shoes, you kind of have to order 20 pairs of shoes, right?
So prior to COVID, prior to all of this, I kind of got into this habit first with my children. So bringing a toddler into any form of a store and like hoping to accomplish something that relies on said child is like a torture. It just ruins the warm, fuzzy feelings I get from shopping. That's so pathetic, but it's so true. So I have always, like, since my daughter has had an opinion about clothing, which has been, I don't know, last like 2-3 years, I will order like 20 pairs of shoes that I have pre-selected. So any of them that she chooses, I would be okay with.
Yeah.
And then I let her pick from those because, especially now, if she is to go into a store, all she wants, she's like, where are the high heels? I'm like, you're 6, so they're nowhere. They're like literally nowhere. So I'm the queen of ordering in bulk and then returning, which I think is why my husband is a little numb to the packages, because he knows that like 90% are going to go back.
Yeah. I mean, I tell my husband that.
Yeah.
90% is going to go back.
Maybe 70.
Yeah. I mean,
40.
do you ever like order like, you know, a whole bunch of stuff with the intention of keeping one?
Yes.
And then you keep more than one?
Yes.
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 You're very serious. Yes.
Yes. We actually just went on a trip, which is so funny because we went to the Smoky Mountains, and we were hiking the whole time. And just
all 4 of you?
Yes, the 4 of us.
Okay.
And our doggy. So the 5 of us. Yeah. We drove out there, like it was very no frills. We ate at our Airbnb every night. Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
We weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
However, for whatever reason, it felt really crucial when it came time to pack that like I needed like a new vacation wardrobe.
Yeah.
Which is just silly because we literally saw no one. We did see a bear. I'm sure they loved my shirt. But like I had full intentions of like, I'll just get like one thing, you know? And then it all comes. I was like, you know what? This is great.
Yeah.
This will be perfect. So most 90% of what I wore on our trip was new.
I do that same thing. There's something about like some vacation wardrobe.
Yes.
It's like it could be something really silly, like a pair of pajamas. Like I must have a new pair of pajamas to wear on vacation. Or so we had planned this trip for last May, which was a no frills trip. So of course Steve didn't buy anything, but we were going to Canada. And I talked about this trip with my friend Martin on the show, Neurotic AF, because it was like really a different trip. We were going to be hiking and, you know, staying in different like little places and the ice cap, something or other, I don't know. And so I had to buy a new coat, another new coat.
So many coats.
A lightweight warm coat, not like a big puffy warm coat. And I had to buy hiking boots, and I had to buy all the stretchy pants.
We're kindred.
Right. And then the trip got canceled.
Oh.
Now, luckily or unluckily, however you want to think about it, I've worn all the stretchy pants for the past year because I've been in the house this whole time.
Perfect.
But yeah, there's something about, you know, like, or a new bathing suit, or it's bizarre. I've been that way my whole life, I think.
Same here. I don't know what it is. It just feels good. Is that bad? That's so pathetic. It just feels good.
It does feel
I got
good.
this killer pair of hiking boots, and I swear they helped improve the trip. They enhanced the trip.
Yes.
I felt great in them. I loved them.
Now, I don't know about Mark, but Steve is the opposite.
Yeah.
He's a minimalist. He will wear something until it shreds, basically. Mm-hmm. He walks, and he doesn't like new things. So he wears these Minnetonka leather moccasins for slippers, and he will buy 5 pair at a time so that they never run out.
It sounds like my husband.
Yeah, right. And so,
we do it with jeans.
Yes, Steve will do that too.
He knows the jeans he likes. The craziest, which makes no sense to me, is so I bought 3 pairs of the same jeans for my husband, and he wears only 1 at a time. So the other ones are just packed in the. I'm like, just wear them all.
Yeah,
I think they'll last the same amount of time. Yeah, just be spread.
No, and not only that, like, so Steve started wearing these like Adidas like sweatpants, and he was like, "Can you go to Dick's and get me another pair?" And I was like, "Okay." They come in all these colors, like black with a red stripe, navy, you know, green. He's like, "No, I just want 3 black pair with the black stripe." I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like if I buy something I like, I want it in every color.
Every color.
Every color.
Every color.
Okay.
It is just my husband's the same way. And somehow I feel like we've been together probably, God, I don't even know. Let's say 10 years.
Yeah.
It's probably more than that, but I like to pretend I'm younger than I am. So in the beginning, he had like such issues, you know, like, why do you need a new dress? Your closet's filled with dresses. Like, it doesn't make sense. And now he just knows. I think he has an appreciation. I like to hunt. So I like a good deal. It makes me pretty happy. So he I think he keeps that in his heart. Like he banks on that. Like she's getting good deals. She's getting good deals. She's gonna ignore the boxes. It's fine. But yes.
Now for Steve, it used to drive him crazy. He had a really hard time keeping track of the purchases and returns.
Oh,
like on the bill, on the credit card bill. So I've just started using my own credit card now.
Yeah.
You know, and I take care of it because I know exactly what it all should be. But
you know, it's very funny. I was talking to one of my girlfriends who she's another like total kindred spirit. We've been friends forever. And I was telling her how I have just like have a constant cycle of returns, like to the point where, so I work at a family business, but it's very small. And so it's me and 3 other people, all guys who don't care about any kind of shopping.
Right.
And so it's like a joke. I will come in with like just my arms filled with boxes. I'll bring the dolly and like bring just insane amounts because we have every single day we have a UPS pickup. It's great. I bring all my returns. They get picked up. The end. It's great. But I get so much shit. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like even like just again, more. I think you have a problem. Like, no.
There's no problem.
Internal. I don't need that.
No.
You know, it's just.
Well, I feel like they know me pretty well at the UPS store because I'm there like often. Let's just say often with my Amazon and Nordstrom boxes because I try to only buy from places that have free return shipping.
Yes.
Free shipping, free return shipping. Yeah.
Yes.
But I want to tell you that I don't know about you, but I also get a little obsessive about this. So I'm going to tell you the most recent thing that happened.
Okay.
So it starts with an idea. Like, I need a new pair of sneakers. I want some floral sneakers because that's like seems to be in right now. And I'd like to wear them to work, which is up in my office in my house. But eventually I will
when you go to the office.
Yeah, eventually I will go back to work and can't imagine putting anything on but sneakers again in my life. So I need dressy sneakers. And so I start thinking, actually, it even started differently than that because my other friend, Jill Eater, said, look at this website. I'm going to order a pair of shoes from there. Have you heard of it? She sends me the link and I'm like, it's so stupid. I'm like, well, if she's ordering shoes from this website, I want to order shoes from this website. So I ordered 2 pairs of sneakers, didn't like either of them, sent them back. And now I'm like, I need some sneakers. And I will spend maybe 100 hours looking for the perfect pair of sneakers. I'm on Amazon. I don't start with Amazon. I start with like Nordstrom.
I don't either. It's overwhelming.
Yes. And I don't know what some of these brands are. So I'll start with Nordstrom. Every pair of like just looking at every single pair of black sneakers, floral sneakers. Then I'll go to Zappos and I'll do the same thing. Then I'll go to Bloomingdale's and I'll do the same thing. And that Macy's, these are the apps I have. And then whatever I might find there, then I go to Amazon to see if they have it there for less. And then I might start over again.
Yeah.
Before I even order anything. And there has been a stream of sneakers coming in and out of my house.
Yeah.
That's maybe excessive.
Yeah, I feel like
excessive.
I do it where like I have probably if you pulled up any website, clothing website, I have like $1,000 worth of things in a shopping cart that I'm never gonna check out.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, but I'll spend hours finding the things.
Yes.
And then I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. And then I just stop.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
No,
like,
I do that.
Waste of energy and time. I don't even understand. But I don't know. I honestly
about it.
I think there's like a therapeutic level to shopping. For whatever reason, again, I like a hunt. I like to do a little, feel like I'm like working for a good deal.
Yeah.
And so I like Marshall's. And it's also like Marshall's is the only place in Mequon where like I can maybe find something, I don't know, fun, different. Yeah. So that somehow in COVID, I feel like embarrassed to say this. I went nowhere, saw no one, but like a few months after the safer at home order, that became part of my bubble. Like I didn't even go to the grocery store, but Marshall's was in my bubble. Only my house, my work, and Marshall's. Like that's so pathetic, but I'm telling you, here it is. And a woman who, my friend or my husband's friend, both of our friends, his mother works there. And so like, once we discovered that, now I almost feel like I have to like hide. Like it's like my husband seeing all my packages. She's like, oh, hey, you're here again? Yeah, it's just like, I feel embarrassed. I love her. She's so sweet. I hope she doesn't watch this because I don't want her to feel weird. But sometimes I kind of want to avoid her because I'm like, I'm just going to peruse. I'm going to like go through this therapeutic experience of looking through all of the sizes and the shirts and the whatever. And I might leave with nothing, or I might leave with so many things that I don't need.
Right.
And at least one item that I have to bring back,
Oh, right. See, I mean, I just do that at the grocery store because the grocery store sells clothes now.
Sundix.
Yeah. When they started selling clothes, I was mad. I was like, why are you torturing me now with that? And I have to go through, and look at the clothes and look at all of
the home decor.
Yeah. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah. But so there's more to this shoe story, I have to tell you.
Oh, I want to hear.
Because
did you pick a pair?
Huh?
Have you picked a pair?
Yes, kind of. Because then one pair becomes 3 pair. So Zach is working for the Brewers now. And he comes home one day and he starts talking about Sophia. You know who Sophia is? Sophia Minert. Okay. Yeah, so she's the she's not the announcer, but she interviews the players.
Okay.
And she's worked for the Bucks and she worked for the Brewers. Like if you were a guy, you'd probably know who she was.
Okay.
She's very, she's young and she's pretty and blah blah blah. So he's been talking to her and he literally just said to us the other day, yeah, and I commented on her Nikes, and I was like, well, what Nikes?
Let me see the Nikes.
She had on some cool professional looking Nikes. And I go, what do you mean professional looking Nikes? What did they look like? And now I need to know what shoes Sophia was wearing. And
did he send you a link? Because now I want to know.
No, that's the thing. And he goes, I don't know. I go, what do you mean by professional? Were they platform? Because part of what I wanted were some platform sneakers.
Yeah.
Platform. He's like, well, yes, they had a great big platform. So now I go on the Nike website and I start looking at sneakers. I start showing him, were they these? Were they these? Were they these? Yeah. Were they these? He's like, stop. No, they weren't any of those. And I'm like, you have to ask her. He goes, I'm not asking her. That would be so weird.
I don't think
so then I go and follow her on Instagram and look at
this is a less weird option. I like this. Totally the less. You're like, no, don't worry, Zach. I'll just friend her.
Right.
We'll chat.
I start looking at all of her pictures. Let me say, this woman has shoes, right? This woman has a lot of shoes. And I find maybe one pair that looked I'm like, were they these? No, Mom, leave me alone. I never want to talk about her shoes again. So, but I bought then I bought like 5 pairs of Nikes because I was, because it was still part. Hadn't found my sneakers yet.
Yeah.
So here's the best part of that story, though. He saw her yesterday or the day before, whatever, and he went up to her and he told her that he told me about the shoes and that, the way I reacted, that then I went and bought 5 pair of Nikes. And she said, I might have to be friends with your mom.
Where you're like, you should have had him tell her, like, she's already following you.
Right.
She knows everything about you already.
So then the next comment is always, well, maybe she'll be on the podcast, but I know better than to ask that because that would just be weird for him.
It's not weird. I mean, just ask, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you hit a certain point. Like, who cares, right?
Well, that's true. Yeah. So
I'm about to start following her and asking her to see the Nikes. I want to see them.
Good. I mean, she's got like some, but I don't know what they are.
It's that intrigue. You gotta know.
Yeah.
I was just looking at a website that was selling rugs, and on the rug, the photo to sell the rug, was a pair of shoes. And I went down this, and they were so cute. They're like this very like southwesterny boho little mule. And I zoomed in on the picture to see the designer, and then like went on this whole sidetrack search for these shoes, which are, of course, they must be so old. I'm like, where did you people find them? Because there's one used pair, not in my size. But I get the need to search the shoe.
Well, have you ever like seen what like someone was wearing on a TV show and then tried to like search for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's just something about shopping. Like, it's that hunt. It's fun.
So for me, I will say, like, when I was younger, it was definitely like a confidence thing. Like, clothes gave me confidence.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of confidence like in high school. I didn't dress like everybody else because, I have like a pear-shaped body and they didn't sell. There was no Lycra in clothes back then, and pants didn't fit me well. But I wanted to fit in, and so back then, like clothes and stuff like that was definitely like a confidence thing. And I mean, it probably still is.
I was just gonna say,
but
still is.
Yeah, and still certainly like I want to wear what the cool people are wearing.
Well, and it's less about like it's like an internal confidence. Like, it's not an external for me, at least at this point in my life. Like, I'm not like, what would that person think of what I'm looking like in this? I'm like, I feel good in this. I like it. Like,
but
I got
to feel good.
Like, I just ordered all these workout clothes, which are essentially my everyday clothes as well, from Athleta. And I don't know what kind of mood I was in when I was shopping, but this huge bag came today and the kids get very excited. So we sat on the floor and did our own little unboxing. I have like blue, like cobalt blue pants in there, like a sparkly pink pant and a sparkly yellow. I live in black. I was like,
yeah.
I was like surprised, like, who ordered this stuff? I'm pulling stuff out. My mother-in-law was also there for the unboxing. Just like, she's like, I don't know. Like the high voice. Like, you might feel yourself in that, but maybe not.
Can I tell you, I got 3 packages from Athleta today.
Did you? What'd you buy?
I actually love their pants.
Same.
So, but I had a similar kind of thing. So I decided that I needed a black zip jacket, a lightweight, like athletic jacket to wear on the plane when I go to Virginia Beach with my friends in June.
Okay.
Now I have heavier.
Fully support this.
Yes, I have the heavier zip sweatshirts, but I wanted, because it's June, I wanted a lightweight one. And for some reason, then I also put 2 pair of pants in my cart, which were
Mhm.
like off-white.
Oh.
No, I mean,
Good to know.
no, what was I thinking?
I literally
Off-white workout pants?
I put the pink and the gold pants just right in the return bag. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not even trying those on. Like, I don't know what I was thinking.
I tried the pants on. I mean, they were nice pants, but no, I'm just not made for like off-white workout pants.
Mm-mm.
No, but that's okay.
I got a white pair last year, last when white was
Whenever last year was, yeah.
appropriate, I guess. I felt so passionate about it. It's kind of like your floral shoe. I was like, I wear so much black. I'm like, maybe I need to
Yeah.
start wearing white. Like I'm getting a little older. Maybe I just need to brighten things up. I don't know. I literally have no idea where it came from, but like all of a sudden it was in my head. And in a matter of like 2 weeks, I got a pair of white spandex pants. I've worn them one time.
Yeah.
A white jacket, like zip up, and like a couple like white tops, which I rarely wear. I mean, look, I'm in black.
Yeah.
I happen to be in my sweatpants because
Yeah.
the beauty of
Right.
but I get in these modes where I feel like I have this brilliant idea, like a floral shoe or a white pant that's skin tight that doesn't look good on anyone. It's like jarring to see somebody when I wear the one time I wore them, it's jarring to see somebody in skin tight white pants.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I wear white jeans in the summertime.
Yes, the spandex white is
No, probably not those.
it's a little different.
You can tie-dye them now.
Well,
Tie-dye them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, or like dip dye them.
Yes. Oh, I
Yeah.
like that. Even better.
Yeah, that might be fun.
Yeah. It is funny. All the woes of shopping. As I'm saying this, I'm remembering that I was talking to my friend. I never actually finished this story.
Oh,
So my
sorry.
friend, I'm telling her, no, it was me. I lost track. I was telling her this story about how the guys at work like make fun of me because of all of my returns.
Yeah.
She swears by this. Now I really don't know, but swears by the fact that she got an email from Amazon saying that they were going to suspend her account if she kept returning things at the levels that she was returning. Have you ever heard that? Is that a thing?
I have heard it. Luckily, that hasn't happened to me.
Me either. I would feel really judged.
No kidding.
Which it's so funny because this same girl, she was out of town for 3 weeks, and then during this time, she asked her neighbors to bring in any packages that might come.
Yeah.
And the night that they got back, her husband sent a text to her and myself, a little group text with a photo of my friend like buried deep in boxes. And he's like, we have to move. I'm humiliated. Our old neighbors just walked up the icy steps and brought 1,000 packages over.
I'm so glad. I'm so relieved to hear that it's not just me, that Amazon hasn't threatened me with suspension.
Exactly.
Returns. Yeah, but
I know I had to show my husband, like, see,
yeah,
I'm like
nothing.
Child's play. It's no big deal.
Now I'll tell you what Zach does.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't want me for telling this, but because he has this shopping thing that I don't understand.
Oh.
So and I think Jesse does this too, but maybe not to the extreme. I don't know, because Jesse doesn't live here anymore. But so there's this thing that happens back to Nike. So Nike will drop like shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people bid on them. Like they'll release only a few, like I don't know, LeBron or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
And so people bid on them, and then and Jesse told me about this and said that like people like, I don't know, I can't remember how he put this. There's maybe some straight white man listening to this podcast who's screaming into the, you know, thing
That's the
saying
screen
this,
thing.
they do this, like these people like buy them ahead of time and then resell them for like more money, whatever. But so my kids try to get these shoes, but then Zach has a whole closet of these shoes that he won't wear. So
Oh,
they're
they're like
almost like,
collectors.
yeah. So at least I wear nearly everything I buy. I know I never buy something thinking I'm going to put this in my closet.
No.
And he can't even look at them. They're in the boxes. I'm like, why don't you wear this? He's like, well, because they're so nice. I work in a dirty stadium. And I'm like,
Be like,
well,
one day they'll be worth something and I'll sell them,
yeah,
or
maybe, but I don't know that he'll sell them. I mean,
but at least like display them.
right. If they're right.
That's what brings
he's
him joy.
he's got no place to display them right now.
That's
But
sad.
maybe when he has his own house, I'll go over and he'll have like a big, like cabinet, like a china cabinet
Oh, I
filled
love
with his
it.
Nikes.
Yes,
That would be kind of awesome.
it would be kind of awesome.
But
You got to plant that seed in there for
yeah,
him.
yeah. I'm sure, like his future wife will love that.
Yeah. Just in the dining room.
Yeah, right. Instead of the china, it'll be his Nikes.
So is your shopping love limited to clothing and shoes, or do you go beyond that?
It's mostly clothing and shoes and jewelry and makeup.
And makeup and skincare.
Well, I mean, I need skincare. I don't I have really sensitive skin. So that's something, if I find something that doesn't make me break out or break into hives, then I will buy that. And I used to own just every color of the rainbow eyeshadow, but I can't wear eyeshadow anymore. It just irritates my eyes. So I don't need to buy that anymore. But
yeah.
So it's mostly like clothing, shoes, jewelry. What about you?
I feel like with COVID, I hadn't been wearing makeup at all. So I got really heavy into skincare because I simultaneously was like, oh, I'm getting old. And it is true. Like your face will start to do things that are frightening. So I got very into skincare for a little bit, which that frightens my husband. He's like, how much are all those little bottles?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Look away. But also I really like home decor. At the beginning of COVID, I got rid of everything in my house. I'm got very minimalist. My mother-in-law thought I was moving. She's like, where's everything going? It's like carloads of things just had to go. But I do just love a good home. I'll obsess over one little shelf or one little item that has to go on a shelf, and I'll search forever. And sometimes buy it. Sometimes maybe I'll buy it 6 months later and then return it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather really bad. I need a hobby, I think. I think that's what I'm gonna take away from this is I need a new hobby.
I mean, I have lots of hobbies and shopping is one of them. I would do home decor. I just don't have any more room to hang anything in my house. But I will go so back to my first friend Jill. We'll go to art festivals together. And then that's when we'll buy something for the wall or a table or a special clock or I don't know, something like that. Or we'll go and we'll make stuff.
Yeah.
She and I have taken lots of artsy kinds of classes where we'll make jewelry, or we did felting and stuff like that. But so I made a table. So when Steve and I first got married, he would not spend any money on art. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he also was like, no, I'm not spending money on something, that we don't need. But if I made something, he would be like, oh, honey, look what you made. Not even right, realizing that it was probably as much, if not more, but
Yes.
I just bought it. So I was in Dork County with my friend, and we went to the you know, the pottery place, which you can do more than pottery there.
Yes.
And I made, I mean, I get like help with this, but I made like a table. So it's like a metal table. It's like an
Oh,
aluminum
cool.
table, and it's got two levels, and it's got a fused glass top.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
so it's awesome. It's beautiful. You can't put anything on it because the fused glass top is not even, right? And B, the aluminum. So they misquoted me the price for the aluminum, and
Okay.
it was like twice as expensive as
Oops.
I thought it was going to be. And
Mm.
I had a panic attack because this was before I was using
We're
my
like, can I
credit
return
card.
this?
Well, right. Like I'm like picking it up to take it home, and they're like this $600, which at the time sounded like a lot of money for like an end table,
That
right?
can't hold anything.
That can't right. I didn't know that then, but and I'm like, Steve, and it probably was supposed to be like 900, and they took 300 off because I was literally having a meltdown in the place. Had a panic attack that he was going to be so mad at me, like so mad for spending this money on this
Mhm.
table that I worked hard, to make. And he just thought it was funny, actually. He didn't get mad at me, I think, because I came home already in this like
In
state.
a tizzy.
Yeah, right. And but yeah, so
The shopping thing is just, I don't know. It's interesting because my daughter has like the same kind of thing,
yeah,
but I don't know how to say this. Like it's not that my shopping is so refined, but hers is very not refined. So like she just wants anything, anything and
yeah,
everything. Like
yeah,
she's like, oh my God, they're selling something here? What is frog legs? I've wanted frog legs. I'm like, you're
yeah,
not gonna use that. Oh
right.
my God, I've always wanted this. And so I feel like maybe I appreciate online shopping and my Marshalls alone time even more because of that. Like, because
Yeah,
I'm like, that's crazy, girl. Like, you don't need that.
right.
But then here I am at Marshalls, like, just
Yeah,
filling
buying
my
frog
cart with all
legs.
of my finds, or having
Yeah.
like 2 giant bags from Athleta arrive today. So maybe that's what I don't like. I don't like seeing it because I'm like, is that what I look like? Is that
So
what I'm doing?
there was this episode, I didn't watch this show, Big Love,
Okay.
that show about the
Yep.
Mormons. And there was a scene like in maybe the first or second or third episode with Chloe Sevigny
Mhm.
was looking through a catalog, and she opens up the catalog and she picks up the phone, and this is back when there was like literally catalog shopping.
Uh-huh.
She places an order for the stuff, and she hangs up the phone and bursts into tears. And I was like, "Ooh, that's hitting a little close."
Right.
Like I,
Like,
I should be bursting into tears after I order 10 pairs of shoes. But
oh, I
yeah,
just need like a side door. Like, don't ring the doorbell. Just put it right over here where nobody has to see it, and I can just be alone with my purchases, and I'll keep what I want, and I'll return everything
yeah,
else.
yeah. I mean, right now my car has my, you know,
A shoe store.
packages, my
A shoe
packages.
store.
What?
A shoe store on wheels.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's funny because my mom my mom tends to exaggerate, or like her memory gets tweaked sometimes, but she has always stood by the fact that I am like a shopper through and through, and I have been since I was a little kid. She'll tell this story about how I was like 4, I was whatever I was under 5 because we lived in Illinois, and we went to this little boutique that I guess we would frequent, not buy a lot from, but we would like kind of peruse. And I found this dress. There's this like blue dress with these poofy sleeves and the sparkles, and the bottom was all poofy, and it had like a red bow. And I was so excited by it, like just totally loved it. Like, Mom, this is it. Let's do this. And she's like, that was way too expensive. And she gives like the classic line of like, I don't want to be bothered. Essentially, like, you know, maybe when it goes on sale, like knowing like I'm 4 or whatever, however old I am. And so, you know, I leave the store, whatever. And in my mom's story, I don't really remember this at all, but she says, months later, we are at this store and I am on my own in this, like, again, it's a little boutique. I'm like in this store looking for things. My mom is looking for things. And I come like just super pumped because my dress in my size is on sale. And she's like, I had no intention of ever buying you this dress, but I said I would get it for you if it went on sale. And you found it at 4 years old. You found this dress, you brought it to me, so I bought it. So this is like one of the very few things that I actually have that my daughter's now grown out of it, but she wore it. And like, it was, you know, one of those goofy moments, although she made a hole in it. So I was like, why do I want you to wear this again? Give me my dress back.
And so you bought the dress. Did you wear the dress when you were a little girl?
I did. Yeah. And I felt like a damn princess, I think. There's many pictures of me looking pretty, you know, with the hips out.
So where do you think you got this? Like, was your mom a shopper?
No, but my grandma. My grandma was like the queen. We would go to Florida. So my grandparents moved to Florida when we were, I don't even know, it doesn't matter. But I would spend all of my spring breaks with my grandma. I would just fly out there every year. And sometimes I would bring a friend, but sometimes not. And we would literally just shop sun. And one time I brought a friend that my grandma had not met, and she like kind of whispers to me, like right when I get there, she's like, does your friend like to shop? I was like, I don't know. I think so. And she's like, good, because otherwise we'll have to leave her at home. And she seemed so serious. I'm like, I think she'll come with us. Like, I think it's okay. Like, so it was total. I mean, she was the queen. Mm-hmm. She just was the queen. So yes, I think it's like deeply in my soul. Is it in you? Like, is your mom a shopper?
No, she was not a shopper. I mean, my mom liked to look nice, but she just wasn't obsessive about it like I was. And she, you know, didn't want to spend a lot of money. But it was really important to her that she was very particular that, you know, she was very concerned about what people thought about us. So she was very concerned that we always had to like look a certain way.
Okay.
Like in the old days, Melissa, we used to do things like get dressed up to go to the doctor.
Or
get dressed up to go on an airplane.
The airplane thing I knew. The doctor is interesting.
Well, just like, I don't know, like you just, not like maybe not a dress, but you just had to look nice and presentable and stuff like that. So maybe that came with me, that I have to, you know, like, and when I got married, the clothes, I had to literally buy a whole new wardrobe for my honeymoon. Because again, I had this vision in my head about what I was supposed to look like. Like I was supposed to have like a nightgown with, I mean, this isn't going to get like racy at all, but I had to
a nightgown.
I had to have slippers with a poof on them for my honeymoon.
Wow.
That I couldn't even walk in. Even back then, I couldn't.
You gotta set the scene.
Yeah. So I had this that I probably wore once, like a satiny nightgown with like a shimmery robe and like slippers with a poof on them. Oh my God, I probably wore that nightgown and all that just once.
But I bet you felt damn good in it that one time.
I did. Yeah.
You're like, I did it. I made it. Here I am.
But
my honeymoon glory.
it's this vision, like it's
Yeah.
a vision. I'm gonna look this. So do you envision like how you're gonna look in this thing that you're buying for yourself? Like the white pants? Did
You
you
can
have
find
a
the Shit That
vision of
Happens
what
to Me
you'd look like
podcast
in those white
everywhere you listen to
pants?
podcasts.
Okay, so
And
for me, I feel like it's
don't be a
less
crumb.
about, it was less about the physical of what I would look like, but
Yeah.
that was just a weird thing. Like this, like
Okay.
white, I don't know, it was like pure. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was just a random thing that I like had this, like, I felt passionate about it for a minute.
Yeah.
But I always joke with my husband, I'm like, I'm our life curator. Right? Like
Curator.
it's the same thing with clothes, with a vacation, with the hotel you pick, with the activities. You know, you're setting the scene.
Definitely.
Nobody's gonna do it for you.
Right.
I don't know. It is really weird. I know it's weird. My mom didn't give a shit what we wore. Like I was the queen of like, I would just have like one ponytail that had like the tiniest bit of hair and it was just over here. And that's what I felt like doing. And she didn't care. And, you know, like my school pictures, they never looked, they were goofy. They were really goofy. Like I just would get it in my head. Like, you know, now I like to wear boy shirts and I would like have a boy shirt on, you know, or I don't know. I've always just, it would be winter and I'm like, I really want to wear shorts. I'll wear the damn tights under it, but I don't know.
So my mother controlled everything I wore. So that's probably why I have this shopping habit. It's all her fault.
It is. And it's my mom's fault for not giving a shit what I look like.
Yes.
Blame the moms. And then secretly I'm going to go cry because it's going to be me so soon.
Right.
Charlotte's going to be hating on me. But
it
all stems from something, right? I don't know.
I certainly think the obsessive part of it for me does, but you know, it's also just when it's not obsessive, it can just be fun.
It's just a mindless.
Yeah.
I find a weird level of comfort in shopping, probably.
Yeah. Oh, the same. Yeah.
You like have a purpose all of a sudden. You're like, okay, now I need to find these floral shoes. This is serious.
So I did find some floral sneakers and some Adidas. They weren't exactly the ones I wanted because then they all the floral sneakers all came out like in December. So all the ones I thought I wanted are sold out. So but I found a pair that I think are very nice. And then last night, because now I really need black ones too.
Yeah.
Okay. But when I was looking for black ones, I saw these pair of Keds. So Keds has these like embroidered mesh sneakers. They're actually beautiful.
Are they like the eyelet ones? Like the little.
No. They're like ivory color mesh and they're like literally embroidered with different color flowers all over them. But I don't need that anymore because I wore I'm not going to buy those.
Okay.
I don't need
like that. Now I have an activity for tomorrow.
Yes. So
I need to go find some floral shoes.
You need to go on the Keds website because they have some really cool floral shoes. But yeah.
A good pair of sneakers. I mean, can you put a price tag on that?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, Nordstrom puts a price tag on it, so
that's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
You know, so when I think part of the hunt for me and like why it takes so long is I'm very indecisive. Like I have really strong opinions, but simultaneously, like right at the end, when I have to make that final decision, I just feel like a lot of pressure. Yeah. So when I was wedding dress shopping, it's like this joke among my family that I tried on literally every dress that every store within like 100 miles had to offer. It took so long. And then I ended up finally having somebody, this local lady, she happened to be local. I found her on Etsy. She happened to be in Wisconsin and she made this dress. But point being,
beautiful.
Thank you. I loved it. But the point being, it's like this pressure feeling of like, I get like, I fill my cart with all this stuff and then the pressure, I'm like, no, I'm out. I don't know. I have issues, I'm sure. I'm sure some psychologist could listen to me and tell me, maybe it's you.
I certainly.
Are you the one? You want to diagnose me?
I can barely help myself in this arena, but I will
Gotta be an
sometimes.
underlying issue.
I'll sometimes like I'm also looking for navy pants, and I'm really having a hard time. And like literally 1 a.m. last night, I'm like, purchase. Like
Yeah.
trying to find like some navy pants. And I'm telling everybody, the whole world right now, that that's the last pair of navy pants I'm going to buy. If they don't work, I'm just going to give up. So eventually I'm like, it's probably not
What
about
kind
the
of navy
pants. Well,
like all I want to do right now is find these navy pants for you. I have to go.
I do like finding things for other people.
I love it. I shop for my mother-in-law constant.
I read an article recently, and I'm so mad I read this article. That probably didn't help, about how probably most things in your wardrobe right now are not in anymore. Like, why do I fucking care?
Yeah,
but it was like skinny jeans aren't in anymore, and no-show socks aren't in anymore. Like my whole wardrobe. But so cargos and like joggers are in.
Yeah.
So I wanted a pair of like navy. So the navy pants I own right now, I'm not comfortable in them. They're they're like stretched out. They're like stretchy linen, which was great at the time, but I just don't like them. So I just wanted to replace them.
Okay.
But I'm not finding.
Just like a casual pair of navy pants.
For work though. I mean, I'm pretty casual for work, so it can't be jeans, but please don't start looking for me. Because I've seen every pair of navy pants that's ever been made.
I'm the queen. My mother-in-law will be like, I was thinking maybe. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, right. I do the same.
I already just ordered.
my friend Sarah is now sending me pictures of dresses she wants to order, and I'm like, ooh, let's look for dresses for you.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's fun. If I didn't get into grad school, I was going to become a personal shopper. So it's probably best that I got into grad school.
Is it? Yeah. I constantly think, now of course I'm however old. Now I'm like, what was my soul meant to do? Like, what would be? My friend and I were just talking, because I have a friend who at summer camp at Interlaken, he always put together our our CD mixes for that kind of like summarized our session of camp, So we have a few of these mixes that he made that just like really capture everything that was our 1 month at camp. And now I'm totally probably butchering this because we're not as connected as I would like, but he worked for either like Amazon Music or something of the sort, and he makes playlists for a living.
Really? Wow.
That's crazy. Like, maybe I could have been a shopper. Like, if he can make playlists, I should have been a shopper.
Yeah. It's probably not too late, Melissa.
You don't think so?
No.
There's still time. I mean, now I kind of am a shopper, but it's just for like 2 little people and my husband. And
I knew it would be dangerous for me to be a personal shopper. Yeah.
I never worked in a clothing store or anything. Did you?
I did. I worked at Lord & Taylor for a summer. Was that fun? It was. Well, it was messy, like hanging clothes up and stuff.
Are you good at folding? Can you do a perfect t-shirt fold?
I worked one summer at a very fancy shoe store.
Oh.
Joseph's Shoe Store, which was in Northbrook Court.
Okay.
Many years ago. And they had beautiful, beautiful shoes and beautiful clothes, like shoes I couldn't afford. Yeah. I had a 50% off discount. So I did buy 4 pairs of shoes that summer. And my favorite pair were these white and purple saddle shoes. Oh. They were really awesome. Like they were
I
white,
like
but
saddle shoes.
yes, I would wear those now. They were,
Mm.
I mean, that was like 3 sizes ago because your feet get bigger with every baby. But they were white and they just had like instead of black, they had purple. They were really awesome. But yeah, and my mom and my grandmother and my aunt were all in retail, so
Oh,
there's that.
yeah. So it
Yeah,
is in your blood.
it is in my blood.
Ish, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I always wanted to work in a clothing store. I mean, this is probably, I don't know if you can hear thumping. I'm
I
really sorry.
can. Is it like little kids
It's
running
my
across?
kids
Yeah, yeah.
bolting.
Right.
I always wanted to, this is so pathetic now in hindsight, but I really wanted to work at like an Abercrombie or a Hollister when I was little. Like it just seemed like the epitome of cool, you know? Like all I want to do is fold huge piles of overpriced tank tops. Like that's just all I want.
Right, right, right.
Big goals in life.
Yeah, that's the thing is it was not glamorous.
Oh,
Lord and
I
Taylor was
seemed
not
it.
glamorous. Joseph's was a little more because I didn't sell shoes. I sold the clothes. There were,
Oh.
like 6 items of clothing at Joseph's, and that was my job. So I didn't have to like put shoes on people's feet.
Yeah, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah, but
I don't like feet.
that's an
I love
episode for
shoes.
another day.
I don't like feet.
Okay.
Get the heaves.
Yeah.
So now we have your flowered shoes. Do you
Yeah.
have anything else? Any new purchases that you're needing to find lately? Oh, the blue pants.
The blue pants. I need to stop now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I bought black ones last night on Ken's website. Yeah. And that was the thing, like, okay, so I can keep a white pair and a black pair if I find this black pair. And then, but this other pair came and I'm like, Zach's like, those are the coolest.
Oh.
They're not for work. They wouldn't be for work. So I have to decide if I don't need them. Let me just say I don't need them, but I might keep them anyway. And then I need to just be done. But I don't know. Like I go to my closet and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna wear? Like, don't you feel that way? Like everything just looks like.
But I know it doesn't make sense. I'm in there and I know it doesn't make sense.
I can barely move things. That's how it doesn't make sense in my life. And yet there it is anyway.
I know. It's a hobby. Yes. Hobbies aren't free.
No. It's an expensive hobby. So is this podcast. An expensive hobby.
Just add it to the list. Who cares?
Yeah. That was the other, like my merch, bought all this merch. I'm thinking I need more merch.
Always.
Yeah. But, well, Melissa, that was so much fun. I really got it all like off my chest there. How about you? Did you get to say everything
I feel really seen. I feel really seen.
Yeah, I'm validated.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, there was one other thing I forgot. In this whole process of shopping, you ever use Apple Pay?
I don't.
Well, here's a lesson about Apple Pay. Okay. So I ordered, because it was my birthday earlier this month. And so, the whole birthday discount thing.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So Anthropologie. April's not a good month for buying from Anthropologie. Also, let me just say, by the way, they don't have anything in April at Anthropologie.
April. I got my boots from there, my hiking boots.
Yeah. You bought hiking boots at Anthropologie?
Yes, because Anthropologie, their sale page or their sale, you have to wait. They almost always do a 30 or 40% off sale.
Yeah.
So I got a great pair of Sorel hiking boots.
Okay,
half off, 40%.
Yeah. Anyway, so I bought a bunch of stuff and used Apple Pay.
Okay.
And, like when you buy like a bunch of stuff, like it comes in more than one package.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm always checking and one day it was like, your thing has been delivered. So I was coming home from wherever I was coming home from, and I run all over the house, and I don't see my package from Anthropologie. And I look at it, and it's been delivered. It looks like it's been delivered to UWM where I work. And I'm like, how did that happen? So your Apple Pay is connected to your contact page, and all of your contact information is stored. So like your home address and whatever work address you list. I have 2 work addresses because I have 2 jobs, one of which is UWM. And I mistakenly sent like 4 bags from Anthropologie and one of the first pairs of shoes from Macy's to UWM. And now I'm mortified.
Yeah.
It's like you bringing in all your packages to work, except I have to tell you, like,
there's more people.
You
probably feel it more than me.
You can't even really deliver packages. Like I bought things at UWM, but they don't like go where you want them to go.
Right.
They go to some like central thing, and then they go to the Shorewood post office, and then they go downtown. Like there's this whole circuitous route that they go. And I was waiting for my pink pants from Anthropologie. So I had to go then. Like I drove to, which wasn't even that far. I drove to the like UWM central like package place.
Okay.
And I'm like, is there like a Macy's bag for me? And then I had to go to the Shorewood post office and like catch these things before then they left again to go some unnamed place downtown. And I went there the second time I went there. The poor woman like knew who I was. I'm like, hi, it's like
me again.
Stacey. She's like, oh yeah, we have your Anthropologie bag. And I go pick it up, and she goes, will there be any more? And I'm like,
depends.
Right? No. I canceled one of the orders because I was mortified. I'm like, no, this is the last bag from Anthropologie. So you have to be careful if you ever use Apple Pay.
Okay.
To make sure it goes, you have to make sure you look where it's going. So no 1 a.m. shopping with Apple Pay.
When I was breastfeeding, in the middle of the night, an infant, I used to like constantly, the phone memorizes your credit card number. It's super easy to check out in bed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, So, but did you keep the pink pants from Anthropologie?
No. I only kept like 3 shirts from Anthropologie, but that's okay because I bought too much.
Yeah. I think sometimes like it's almost like buying has become like what you're going to bring to the try-on room with you, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you would go and try out 20 pairs of shoes at the store.
Exactly. It's just a fitting room. Yeah.
It's just a fitting room. And now I'm like I take pictures because I like to see picture reviews.
Mm-hmm.
You like to, when you're like reading reviews?
I require, yes.
Yeah, I like to see what things look like on real people.
Yes, same.
So I do the same. I'll take a picture of myself in whatever these things are. So if you go on Athleta, you'll see some pictures of me.
I'm gonna be searching for you. Yeah.
There's the Attitude pants. I bought those this year. These were my favorite pants. I'm wearing them right now. And I don't think you can get them anymore. There's a picture of me in my Attitude pants.
Oh, sassy. See, you're better than me. That's good. See, I love the photos, but I'm too busy returning shit. I don't have time to also give reviews.
I just started with the photos because I know that I appreciate them.
I know. I should. It's like giving back. It's volunteering.
Yeah. I'm doing a service.
Horrible person. The takeaway from this is I'm a terrible person.
No, we're doing a service.
Yes, sir. You're welcome, everyone.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate you coming on and feeding my shopping, my need to talk about shopping.
Anytime.
Yeah. So
yes. I'll be texting you tomorrow with a lot of blue pants.
Okay.
Maybe. The most comfortable.
Yeah.
Comfortable, stylish.
Right.
We'll find them.
All right. Thanks. You have a good night. Okay. Say hi to Mark
You
for me.
too. I will.